Hey guys, I'm Vince Noble, and the best part about living in the Sunshine State is the water life. Growing up here, I've always had access to the beaches and shorelines, where there's plenty of fishing, boating, and relaxing going on. And my love for water brought me to radio. The Dragon Boat races are going this weekend too, so we want to get some footage. Which got me to cover some of the biggest sporting events in the area, some of which included the powerboat racing, dragon boat racing, and a lot of fishing tournaments. But that's not all, because when it comes to the water, the possibilities are endless. So I want you guys to experience living that water life, so come with me. Florida's known for having some of the best beaches, but there's also something else on the water that is also ever so popular. I'm talking about powerboat racing. The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix is on its 33rd year of racing, and let me tell you, you've never seen speed like this. We are down here at Sarasota Bay getting ready to go out on the water in a little bit with the pace boat to go see what these bad boy boats have to offer. But first, let's meet some of the competitors of this race. One of the best is actually born and raised right here in Sarasota where the race takes place. I'm hanging out with Steve of Scott Free Racing with this cool boat behind us. How fast does this bad boy go?
Depending upon the power it's in it and which organization, one group it'll run in the low 90s, the other group it'll run in the high 90s. Scott Free Racing's been in every race here at the Grand Prix in Sarasota. The name came from my brother that passed away, and he was a quadriplegic at the time, so after he passed away, we came up with the idea that he was free of his elements. So you're taking it all away, 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 yeah. So that's where Scott Free Racing was born.
And for the past 33 years, Scott's memory has been racing in style. I want to see what makes this baby go. Let's go. I want to check this thing out.
Check it out.
Wow, look at that engine. The Mercury Cruiser 525 EFI engine has 8 cylinders with an estimated 500 horsepower. Steve, tell me how fast this thing goes.
With this motor in it now and the right propeller, probably about 93 miles an hour.
This V8 engine was exclusively designed by Mercury Racing to enhance torque and overall performance. What's your favorite thing about driving this boat?
Actually, my son's driving it, but I'm the other occupant inside. I take care of the throttles, the engine trim, and the drive trim. And I guess if we blow the motor up, it's on me.
And these guys are no strangers to winning. In fact, they've got a mantle full of awards.
Multiple world championships and national championships, and a couple endurance runs from Tampa to Miami and Miami to Nassau.
That's a lot of bouncing around in that boat for 4 hours.
Yes. Always watched offshore racing on TV and that, so it was a childhood dream to get into the sport, just work on customers' boats and keep them in the water.
So all you knuckleheads out there that break your boats, that's the guy right there. And now Scott Free Racing is feeling the pressure. For the last 2 years, they've won the special event Super V-Light. This year, they have their sights set on winning that 3rd trophy. But they're not the only team that's got big goals. Tell me a little bit about the name Second Amendment and what you guys have going on here.
The boat's name is Second Amendment USA as it pertains to the Bill of Rights.
Okay.
So it's a boat with a cause, but our heart's into racing, offshore racing, and that's why we're here today.
How fast does this thing go?
Well, we race in a bracketed class, so we can only do 95 miles an hour, but the boat's 127 miles an hour.
Have you pushed it to 127?
Talk to these gentlemen right here, because they're the ones on deck.
There you go. Who drives and who throttles?
My name's Carl, I'm the driver. This is Neil Wilby, he's the throttleman. We also, on top of doing the offshore racing, we do shootouts. It's basically how fast you can get in a mile. We've done very well in our shootouts, like the Ozarks, 121. We got the numbers on the side here, but 123, 123, 124, in 1 mile.
How about you? That's a little scary.
Well, you know, a boat named Second Amendment's got to do shootouts, right?
Absolutely. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time, and we'll watch for you at the checker flag.
All right, thank you
very much. been meeting the competitors. Preset for all the races have already commenced. Over 30 teams have entered into this year's competition from all over the world. It's also attracted thousands of spectators to watch the boats race down a 6.5-mile long race course. First up is one of the longer races of the competition, the Super Cat. This race consists of 16 laps, making the race close to 45 minutes. This year there are 6 teams competing, and they'll be facing about 8 wild turns and what looks like a stretched out octagon water path. Looks like 6 of the competitors are just wrapping up the pace lap before lining up for the start of the race. These boats are the 6 most competitive catamarans on the beach. And now all the boats are lined up. We see the green flag and they're off. This is going to be one heck of a race. As we get closer to the turn, Performance Boat Center is on the inside. Seems to be gaining a good spot up front. On the outer lane, you still have WHM Motorsports also in the lead. Looks like the outer lane boats have gotten to a good start. And here comes the first turn. Great turn by the top 2 in the lead. Performance Boat Center almost grasping that lead. But WHM Motorsports closes that path for them. As they head out front for the next turn, heading into the next lap, WHM Motorsports has about 16 more laps to hold this strong lead. Not an easy task. It's definitely anybody's game with these strong competitors. And while they race, we want to spotlight the whole reason behind this race. You wouldn't know it, but this entire boat race began with the goal for raising money for charities. We had to stop by the Suncoast House. This was the house built by the Suncoast Charities for Children. This place rocks. The Suncoast House is one of many charities that receives yearly grants from this race. The home provides necessities for children, teens, adults with special needs.
You guys just wave for me?
Wave, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
This is Larry and that's James on the right. Both benefit from the program. James even gave me a personal tour, and I got a tour of James's room.
You like the rock? You can't see me.
And learned that James decorated his own room.
He's at the Rock. You can't see me.
I also learned about his favorite wrestlers.
Rock and John Cena. Cena Nation. Good for you. That's awesome. Have you ever met John Cena?
Yeah.
You met John Cena. He's a big guy. Awesome room, buddy.
Suncoast Foundation is not only providing housing for those with disabilities, it also provides educational programs and even employs its residents. We meet up with the executive director for the Suncoast Charity for Children to tell us how this all got started.
We've got a great story to tell here. And Suncoast Charities for Children has played a big role with this agency and 5 other nonprofits in the area.
Very cool.
It was organized in the early 80s around the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix. A group of businessmen, primarily from the construction industry, got together and used to take children with special needs out to an annual picnic on the beach. They decided that they wanted to do more. One of those individuals was a boat racer. His name was Gene Whip, and he got a number of people from the community together and said, let's do this, let's do a boat race and let it benefit a charity. And the rest was history.
And I'm a good citizen now, surviving every day.
Over the years, net proceeds from this festival has benefited children, teens, and adults. And annually, there's about 8,000 clients that are served.
Tell us where people can come and donate and spend some time here and volunteer.
Well, we want people to go to our website, suncoastcharitiesforchildren.org. We need a lot of volunteers, not only with our events, but if you want to volunteer at one of the agencies, we'll redirect you in that direction as well.
Thank you so much for having us out.
But now it's back to the Super Cat race where competitors are in the final laps. So far, WHM Motorsports is holding the lead, but not by much. And out of nowhere, we see that one of the leading boats, Boat Steel, is starting to slow down. Looks like there's something wrong with the engine. What an upset. In the meantime, WHM Motorsports continues on, but Performance Boat Center's right on their tail. They are literally neck to neck. At this point, it's anyone's race. Wow, but not for long, ladies and gents. It seems there's also something going on with one of the boats. Performance Boat Center is also out of the running. So disappointing, just when they almost had the lead in their hands. WHM Motorsports dominating all these turns in the water. We've got Pro Floor Racing also taking a turn, but he's too far behind to even give WHM Motorsports any competition. And just like that, we have a winner in this race. WHM Motorsports takes first place. And now it's time to see some jet skis fly. This is a great treat between all the powerboat racing. Clocking speeds up to 65 miles per hour, Florida native Chris McCluggage takes the lead. He passes by one of his competitors rounding a corner. Gaining more momentum and staying ahead. Lots of gusto there. Their competition is tight. The last few laps have been super eventful, but all good things come to an end. Chris takes the win as he jets past the checkered flag. This is a highly explosive sport that requires years of training, so getting a win is a huge triumph. We're also going to take a quick visit to introduce you to the Haven, which also benefits from the races from today. This is Kyle in the middle. Kyle and his friends are attending school here at the Haven to help them graduate from high school, possibly go to college, and help them get a job. And it looks now like the program is expanding. To tell us more about the program, we talked to the vice president of the day's servicing.
We're with Sierra here at the Haven. Sierra's going to tell us a little bit about the campus and what goes on here.
We've been here since 1954. We started as a preschool.
I saw this brand new building being built in the front. When we came in, we were looking at it, I'm like, I wonder if that's part of the campus.
The new building you saw up front is our new Frank Stern Employment Training Center. That's going to be in addition to our adult day training program, Haven Industries. We realize there's a huge need, not just here, but all across the state of Florida for adult services for people with disabilities. To give you an idea, there's about 22,000 people on the wait list in the state of Florida. For our program itself, we have about 75.
Thank you so much for having us here at the Haven. I know you guys are doing an amazing job, but I want to say a special thank you to one person. We have a special producer here today on set. So, Kyle, come here, buddy.
Yeah.
Here, come on, man. We want to say a big thank you.
Thank you.
Big thank you to our special producer right here, Kyle. Living the water life. He's a fisherman, and he also mows grass too. So if you need your grass cut, he's your man.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome, buddy. Thank you.
Now back to the event we've all been waiting for. The Super V-Light is about to start, and our friends at Scott Free Racing are ready to man the throttle. The boat floater will be competing against 4 other recognized teams. Scott Free Racing says they're ready, but nervous as hell.
You guys ready for the race?
Yeah, it should be a good event. We got some pretty stiff competition in our class, so it's a really short course out there, so setup's really going to play a key role, but we think we're going to have what it takes to get the checkered flag.
We're so looking forward to it. We had a great talk earlier. Now I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the water and racing, so hopefully these are our checker flag winners. These are the ones we're talking about.
All right, we've got 7 laps of intense racing. The race lasts over 20 minutes, and today we've got 5 of the best hitting the water. We jump right into the race during the first lap. Scott Free Racing is neck and neck with its opponents. It's already a fight for first place. As soon as Scott Free Racing, marked the boat floater, starts to take the lead, Mr. Technology slides right ahead. But not for long. As we near lap 2, Scott Free Racing boat floater is neck and neck with a new competitor, Phantom 9. As for Mr. Technology, he's still in the race, but he's moved into 3rd place. During lap 3, Scott Free Racing enjoyed a nice comfy lead. But coming around the corner for lap 4, Phantom 9 isn't playing around. Starting lap 5, Phantom 9 takes the lead. But once again, Scott Free Racing kicks into high gear, and it's anybody's race. Coming into lap 6, Phantom 9 has the edge, but only by a boat length. Can he hold the lead? The answer is no. Phantom 9 is pulled off to the side and is not able to finish the race. Steve, making his brother proud as Scott Free Racing's last and final 7th lap turns into a sweet victory. Scott-Free Racing ends up winning by a 6-second lead as it crosses over the finish line. The boat floater does it again. This will be their triple win, and they'll be able to brag about this for the rest of the year. And our friends over at Second Amendment also walked away with a first place trophy. One thing's for sure, with the weather cooperating, the revving of the engines, the excitement of the onlookers, it was the perfect day for racing on the Big Blue. What an amazing day today here in Sarasota Bay. We were down here filming the powerboat races. These boats were amazing. Fast, good looking, sexy, and oh my Lord, was it a good time. So stay tuned for more right here on Livin the Water Life. Coming up on Livin the Water Life. This building is one of the coolest hidden gems in Tampa Bay. This interactive aquarium has all the allure to draw people from all over the world. Where else can you get up close and personal with a shark and swim right alongside him? Then we hit the road and head up north to meet some of these lovely ladies and their famous fins. It's one of the oldest roadside attractions still standing in Florida. We'll wind you up with all the water, wildlife, and all these twists and turns that come with an amazing splash. This and more coming up on the next episodes of Livin the Water Life.
Yesterday you're breathing, now incapacitated. Had a ruin afternoon for a few citizens about